Hello, I'm Maxwell, and I help teach young men purpose in life. So today I want to talk about this idea called a grand gesture. So when I first learned about a grand gesture, it was through business. Now, I'm not going to teach you about business in this video, but I'm going to tell you how to use this step, this idea, this grand gesture to propel yourself in your journey of self-improvement. So with this idea of grand gesture, on how I was explained it in business was, sometimes you need your customer to have a grand gesture so they actually use your product, so they are committed and they are consistent with it. If they do not have a grand gesture, they are going to be lackluster. They're not going to be as serious. The grand gesture can be a commitment. It can be a large sum of money. So in self-improvement, when we struggle with our habits, when we ease off the gas and we become more of a pleb, more of a degenerate, sometimes just what we need to get the ball rolling, sorry if my nose is plugged, I'm sick right now, to get the ball rolling, sometimes all we need is a grand gesture. It can be an overused action if you get caught up with a lot of relapsing and not use it properly. So the idea of this grand gesture is, for example, one of my stories of it is even recently, like, look at this haircut. I had luscious long hair, but I was kind of a degenerate this summer. I forgot about my obligations to you guys, to my community, to the people I lead and I teach. And I thought, not that I'm going to be a different guy when I cut my hair, but I feel as if mentally, metaphorically, I shed this layer when I cut my hair because I liked it, I enjoyed it. And now I have the repercussions called I'm a little bit more ugly now that I don't have my long hair. And back when I used to smoke, how I quit was, one, it was a mental thing, very, because I'll give you a little tip, is usually on how we quit our bad habits is it's all a mental game. If we identify as a smoker, then we are gonna smoke, and you have to work so hard to get rid of that identity. And again, this grand gesture comes in where we can do this action that maybe costs us something or is just loud or bald, and we can then start the rolling of our new selves, the rolling of the ball. So back to when I used to smoke, I rounded up all my vapes, all my weed, everything, all this stuff that was so valuable to me at one point. And I looked at it and I journaled about it, and I thought, I smoked one last time. I rounded all up in a bag and I walked outside and I threw it in the fucking trash. That was my grand gesture because I was so done with that bullshit. Sorry for swearing, but that's the truth, and that's how I have to express it. Because if I don't keep that, this is a little sidetracked, if I don't keep that attitude towards it, I'm going to let it back into my life. And if you start into the gym, if you start with any avenue of life, sometimes all you need to get this ball rolling is, you can't go into certain things just very relaxed, very slight. You have to use your baldness, your attitude to conquer it. So when you go to the gym, maybe you have to throw away your snack food. Or maybe just going to the gym is that grand gesture. Telling people, accountability. This whole philosophy of the grand gesture and how I understand it is putting something up on the table and letting it go so you can achieve what you actually want. It might be cutting your hair, it might be throwing away your bad habits, literally. It's all in the act to change your mind on how you perceive yourself. If it is getting to the gym, if it is quitting your bad habits, if it is improving yourself in some way that is this subgenre of self-improvement. That's what I have for you. So figure out what is strifing, what is making you struggle in life. Is it your bad habits? Is it not going to the gym? Is it these things that you don't have in your life just yet? And think, what can I sacrifice? What can I put up so I can achieve something greater? So that's all I really have for you today. I just wanted to keep it a little shorter because there's not too much more to this besides understanding that sometimes there needs to be a grand gesture where you have a lot to sacrifice, a lot to lose in life. This can be abused, so you have to be smart. At no point should you have a grand gesture of self-hurt. That's not good. Keep it simple things. Yes, they can be close and important to your heart, but by no means should this be abuse to yourself so you can lie and say, oh, here's another grand gesture, and you fuck up. Remember the grand gesture. Remember why you did it. Don't fuck up and try to find new things to sacrifice, because it will get to the point when you're fucking up and you're cutting yourself. No, I've been there. It shouldn't get to that point. So keep this healthy, keep it moderate, and figure out what you need to do to show to the world and show to yourself and prove to everyone and prove to yourself that this is for real, that you are going to become X, Y, and Z. So hopefully this helps. It really has helped with me. I was always a big fan of this, whether in business or just general self-improvement. So I really would appreciate if you made it this far, if you could like and subscribe and stay tuned for more videos like this. Everything you say and, just the amazing feedback I get, I really do appreciate. And I'd love if you could stay and watch the journey. Catch you on the next one.